All right, Nichelle, this is for you. So you guys do a really good job of hand fighting and the stand-up portion. I kind of like seeing that the students are playing more of the stand-up aspect instead of just starting on their butt. I think it's more realistic. It's going to give you a more well-rounded game. This was beautiful. She steps too far this way, which pretty much gives you everything. And with this collar tie that you have, you do a really good job of once you grab, you start to push back. And there's no base on this far side back here, unfortunately. For great takedown. I love the ankle pick. It's one of my favorites. Nice tight pressure. Love that you went for that underhook again. Um, what I'm really enjoying about watching you guys develop is this stuff. Like, this is small. This is, to some people, kind of insignificant. Um, at your level, we kind of miss it. She's been going to my classes, so she's doing a lot of this, of getting the underhook. And you end up getting back just enough to slide your hand in. Let's go. Like, this is just enough. There isn't a whole lot of space here. There's not a big gap. You're not off balance. Like, you're looking good. You're not too far back. Like, you're doing really well here. You still have some kind of control in the head. Looking great. Then you start to push back. Beautiful. It's flat. You're not allowing that right knee to come back into play. She's relegated to playing on top with this headlock, which is not necessarily beneficial for her. She is playing with your hand there. Beautiful. Nice response to the underhook. Chest got low. So there's a lot of space here. She takes advantage of this knee shield in that she's preoccupying this hand. So that allows her to kick this top foot out and then drive right into. You do a really good job of, go a little slower, right there. You recognized it, you drop. Your chest does not drop this way. It actually drops closer to the hip, which negates some of the underhook. And then you drive. Your hips come back a little bit. You're driving. She's not really getting. And this was a thing of beauty. She should have hopped over to this side. She doesn't. She hand fight. Maybe she doesn't even hand fight that well. But that was beautiful. Great job. Move on a little bit. Good hand fighting. Collar tie. Single. Somewhat of a back take. Start to come up. Beautiful. Slide this in a little bit further. Nice head placement. Go to single. You can go foot lock here. You can go single leg X. A lot of things you can start doing here. I was a little worried about this. Simply because not understanding if Sarah's going to turn away and tweak her knee. You're not doing anything wrong. It just kind of, as an observer, made me a little worried. I think she ends up getting out. We're on top. So I want you to pay attention to all right. So we're gonna get, you're gonna turn here. So this leg is really right where you want it. As you turn to your left, which you'll end up doing and she ends up taking him out, you really have to clamp and get quarter guard here. It's going to be your saving grace, because then with that quarter guard, you can start to lift them as you turn to the left again and almost start replacing a guard. Without it, she goes straight to mount and doesn't suffer any kind of penalty in the process, which is what's going to happen here. I don't know if you were tired, if you were kind of like in that claustrophobic feeling that kind of happens. Whichever, doesn't really matter. Beautiful. Hip out just slightly so you can get this leg in, or come up to your elbow. This is good. Sarah, I find hard to submit with chokes. I can't quite get the neck. So I generally have to go with arm bars and wrist locks. She loves a good wrist lock. Good. Got that arm back in. I love this. Now it's good. Thought she pushed it too deep. One thing I try to do from here, I start to hip out a little bit. It changes the angle of where I'm going. And that seems to be all I got. I'm not sure why I stopped recording. Maybe the time ran out. But anyways, good job. You're doing a lot of the right things, specifically for someone at your skill level. And some of the things you're doing are actually a little more advanced than your skill level, especially for someone who has not been training as often as you want to train. So even with those gaps in training that you're suffering from, you're actually moving really well. You're responding really well to things. So I'm as an instructor, I'm not upset. I'm not mad. I'm not it's not a disappointment at all. Life happens. Don't beat yourself up about it. Continue to train the way you're training. It seems like you have specific goals in mind, places that you want to get to, things that you want to accomplish, and really that's all you need when you come back and you start training. Where it becomes an issue is if you take those breaks and when you train you're unfocused. But if you're at least playing this game plan of yours, you're collecting miles in the thing that you want to be good at. So great job.